orientation is locked.
Oh, on your phone it's locked.
No.
Oh, no, it's not. God, I should have shaved. Who's your one viewer?
Don't tell me what to do.
Hang on, before you do that, can't you set it up so... What's this? You can keep annoying me. Press the three dots. Share.
How are you on there?
Oh, you've actually gone live.
What link?
Who's the two?
Oh. We're going to have 25 people watching. I don't know what I'm doing.
End the live.
It's Stuart.
Oh, no. Oh, it's Joe, bye.
It's Stu.
This is right tonight.
Yeah, it's going to be. That's all right. If we mess it up, we'll just end it.
Yeah, we're early, mate.
Yeah, I know.
Ike.
I didn't mean to go on live.
Live here.
Yeah, nice.
You would do it unless this.
Oh.
Wow.
What's going on, people? J-Pack, Lewis Sanford, Stuart Butcher. God, stupid. Sarah Jane Smith, what you saying? Bob Ross 2, Trappy. Let's go, champ. Dean Braden, £40 for a hoodie, mate. You can either use the website or see us at meeting, and you can have one. Cheers, JT Racing. Neil Spedding, Reese Boland. Let's go, champ! Right, I wasn't meant to go live now. I was just trying to see what the crack was, and we went live, so I might as well stay at it. Currently, we're working on a Corsa, trying to get it ready for Johnny Patterson at the World Final. I've got Connor here helping me. Just changed the spring in the front left shock. That's done now, ready for... That's the same setup as where we went there last time in the Corsa and we was flying. What are we looking at? Smashed 2 of our bottom arms last time at Milden on the Corsa. So I got 2 standard ones. Well, that's not a standard one. That's the one I'm going to copy. Ready for that one. I know, I do need to stop crashing, but it's not really the name of the game. Johnny Patterson, I'm going to make 2 spare, so you go as hard as you like, mate. I've got 2 spare ones there for you. Right.
Sharp.
Tebbz for the world, we can only hope, mate. We can only hope. Bangers, I'd love to have a go in a banger. I have spoken to a couple of people about renting one, but we're a bit busy at the minute. But I will definitely have a go in a banger. But I want to have a go in a banger where you can actually follow people in. I think back to basics.
Mincy.
I think in the last race, isn't it? I think in the last race in the back to basics, I got told you can follow people in.
I don't know if you can really follow people in.
So it might be a 1600 rookie banger, whatever they're called.
Don't call it. No, rookie's not full contact.
1600, isn't it? No.
You asked me.
But yeah, I'd love to have a go anyway, mate. Yes, J-Pat, you know that. Can I put David Davidson in with the crowd? I'd love to, mate. I would absolutely love to. Force induction. One can only hope. I'll do my best, mate. I'll do my best. Yeah, 1600. That's what I'd like to have a go in. Because Nationals, obviously, I can't drive rear-wheel drive. I've never driven one.
You'll be alright.
Just do a few donuts.
Just go round in circles.
I'll end up just doing a load of donuts.
Yeah, but you look good.
Yeah, I look alright doing it. Well, I just need to try and move this camera.
Where are you angling at?
That car, hopefully. I'll angle it right on you, babe.
Down.
When are we going to see Dad racing?
Ah.
To be fair, we've not said it yet, but I'm not going to be here for the Northampton after the World Final. So Dad has got 2 cars there that he's more than welcome to have a go in. They're both his cars anyway.
And I'll go with it.
And I've got some boys that will go with him and help him out throughout the day. So it's up to him. The meeting's there at Northampton for him if he wants it, because I won't be racing. So, you sticking in the 1300s or would you go into saloons? I'd love to go into saloons. I'd love to, but a saloon would not fit through that garage door. So that is a no for the minute. But eventually, I would love to have a go in a saloon. I like the race where you went head on with that guy. That was funny. Yeah, it was sort of. Yes, J-Pack, get it Astra built, mate. Oswald! Ozzy's in the chat.
Yeah, boy.
What car are you using for World Final? We are using the Spitfire. And I'm renting out this Corsa to Johnny Patterson, coming all the way over from Ireland. And he hasn't got to bring his own car. So we're going to take that for him. And hopefully he does all right. And hopefully we take the gold. My old man looked keen with the Superstock. He did. That wasn't even half of it. He actually, I'll show a picture at some point, if I remember, him sitting in one. He was sitting in it and he was enjoying it, but I don't think he would actually ever race it. As he said in a video, he'd buy it just for me to race. David Davidson going in. I don't know about that, son. I don't know about that. Are you bringing merch to Kings Lynn? Yes, we'll have Spitfire, Wadham, some bucket hats, all sorts we'll be bringing, all different sizes, so hopefully we'll have something for you. The Civic is fast, but not an Adam. The Civic's fun.
Civic's rapid. Tail, baby.
No, I enjoy both of them. The Civic is quick. The last time at Kings Lynn was just ridiculous. The gearing was spot on. Handling, probably could have done with a bit of tweaking, and driver skill, really. I haven't raced that track in a long time, so... Do you think you'll be able to catch Chris Hamill at Kings Lynn? Possibly. Can you say hi to Barry? What are you saying, Bazza? Civic was rapid at Lynn, I know, mate. New Lindau for the Spitfire, I don't know about that. She's smoking as it is, and we've got another one sat there, so we'll just probably whack that in. Your prediction, if it's not you? I'm going to have to say Piercy. He'll probably do it 4 out of 4. The man's on form no matter where he goes. It'd be good if I could take it off him, but he's going to be one hard one to beat. Oh, Super Stew, Scaff Stew. I did back to basics at Vauxhall when it messed me up. Never again, I'll stick to watching. That sounds familiar to you, Connor.
It does. No, I've done it a couple of times.
All right.
Couple of times.
Sounds a bit familiar. Any change of a win in the Adam soon? Any change? Any chance, it says. Any change? It meant to say chance.
Oh.
Any chance of a win in an Adam? What's a win?
A what? A wing? Chicken wing?
Nah, never.
Nah.
Nah. It's 1300. Oh, my old man says 303. Bromley's going to take it if I don't win it. That's not a bad shout at all. He was on form at Kings Lynn last meeting. He was rapid. So that is not a bad shout, Dad. But Piercy did beat him there last time. So, and he beat him at the Aldershot World as well. Chased to the line again. 1300, same price as saloons, or a bit cheaper? No, saloons I've heard or I've seen on Facebook for a nearly new one, or if not a new one, you're looking at 11 grand. I've seen a couple of cars up for. And these, a Vauxhall Corsa, a good top Vauxhall Corsa, I would say, is worth 5 to 6 grand. These 9k cars are just ridiculous. You won't get what you spend on them. You'll never get that back. Very, very rarely will you ever get back what you spent on them. So it doesn't matter if you spent 9, 10 grand. You ain't going to get that back, mate, especially in a 1300. And then trying to sell it in the garage as well and not sell it straight off the track. So will you be able to beat Chris Hamill, Tebbz? Have we got him or not?
I don't want to comment. I don't want to comment.
Thought about non-contact? No.
Go.
No, I have not thought about non-contact. Me and Dad did purchase a stock rod from Matt Woodcock many years ago, and I was going to do both. And then we just, we had one sat in the garage, yeah. And then we decided against it and sold it. You got good pace in the car, you're flying in the Adam. I know, mate, she is good, but she's going to be taking a bit of a break at the minute. The Radam is going to be coming out, so. Is it true 604 carries the LGC name and you're self-proclaimed? You're definitely going in, David. If I put you in, don't question why. I've got it on proof here, mate, yeah? So, don't be shocked when you go in. Will you ever sell the Corsa? We did think about it a couple of times. A couple of people have offered us money for it. But she is the new battle bus, and she's built with strength in mind for a certain reason many years ago. But every time I've had a go in there, she's been all right. She does me well. And at the minute, just hiring it out sort of as and when people want to have a go and want to try the formula. So at the minute, she is not for sale. Scenario, last bend of well final, you're second, Dad is first. Is he going in? 100%. 100%. Me and Dad have raced with each other a couple of times. Well, we raced with each other for a season in street stocks. We ain't going to get no work done by that.
Nah, that's all right.
The comments just keep coming.
I'm enjoying myself, so it don't really matter.
Yeah, we raced each other in the street stocks just before I started 1300s. And every time he was in front of me, I made sure I smashed him out of the way. So I have no doubt in my mind that I would put him in the wall for a world final.
Some.
Sorry, Dad.
Love you.
It's £500 for your engine here, Tebbz. You can take it if you want, mate. We wouldn't. You can have it if you want.
What engine? What one?
That one.
Have it.
Have it.
All the welcome to it.
Thing is, we'd actually take our engine out, so.
Oh.
Great videos, mate. My dad raced 1300 back when it was minis and starlets. Jesus Christ. Minis. It's changed a bit since then. Yeah, the front wheel drives have taken over massively. There's still probably 1 to 2 rear wheel drive starlets that come out and race with us. But they are on the pace. Jason Scopes, number 88, the blue and silver one, he is rapid and he puts in fastest times many times. Many races he'll put fastest laps in. But as soon as he gets in a bit of traffic with a load of front wheel drive around him, he's got no chance. So, would you ever consider doing the 2-litre saloons? Yes, I'd love to, but it doesn't fit in our garage door.
At the ninth time,
Unfortunately, it doesn't fit. These 1300s with the wheel guards, if I put the wheel guards a little bit too wide, it will not go in the garage. And I've done that once. I put 2 wide wheel guards on this car, went to reverse it out, and I hit the side of the garage door, so I had to then cut them off and shorten them, narrow them down. We need a yard, yeah. How much did you give the champ for that silver roof? £640. Scenario, rents the Corsa to an 18-year-old loony and turns into a banger and goes on Oppo. Then I'm going to go on Oppo and chase him. Then we're both going the same way.
Banned?
Yeah, I'll probably end up getting banned over my own car. But yeah, if they want to drive like that, then they get driven into like that, I suppose. Jason Scope's always a legend showing up in that car, and it always looks... He does look new. He does well. He doesn't do all the meetings, though, so it's probably a bit easier to keep on top of the car. But every time he comes out, it's looking immaculate, and he's fast. More travelling for a saloon, better off sticking to 1300s. That is true, and
I don't know, you do put some miles in.
We have done this year.
Yeah, you do put some miles in.
We've put miles in this year, but if I was to do a saloon, I would need a consistent team as well. Having just me and Dad on it is hard work, especially with all the driving. Yeah. If you look at Joey Reynolds and Matt Starling and a few of the others that I've missed off that do all the travelling, Barry Russell coming down from Scotland all the time. I mean, I don't know how many are in their team, but I can imagine it's not just 2 of them. And a lot of them share the driving. So, I'd love to do it, but I'd need a committed team with me, and we'd need a bigger garage.
A bigger garage.
Yeah. So, I'd love to. The travelling doesn't bother me too much. As you say, if you've got a few of you driving.
If you want your own.
Yeah, if you're doing it, driving on your own. Scenario, locked in a room with 4 drivers, who would it be and why?
Ooh.
That's a good question.
Jack.
Yeah, I'd have to have Jack just for the crack. I'd 100% just have Jack. else is funny? It'd have to be funny. Steve Carter, because he cracks jokes. I'll have Steve Carter in there.
Oh.
And we can laugh at how many times he spins out each race. Last car, last driver, who would I have?
Paul, without a shadow of a doubt. 100%. Wouldn't even question it. Please.
Can I come with you, please?
Can I come in?
Yeah, Paul Howard. So it'd be Jack, Steve Carter and Paul Howard. I think we'd have an absolute laugh.
Yeah.
That'd be brilliant. What is the difference between Speedworth and East Coast 1300s? I believe their tyres are complete. They have different tyres. They might even still be in the old Kingpins. I don't really know. The ride height looks like it don't exist. Their cars are cut about. They're just cut like ours have to try and stay the right shape of the car. They just stretch their shells out massively. And I don't know, are they running 1400 16 valves? I'm not too sure. I can't answer that correctly, to be honest. What's the rough price you hired them out for? The rough price is 400 quid, all damage included. You just got to turn up with your race gear, or I could even provide it. And you got to sort the day licence out. But at the minute, day licence is 25 quid, I believe. But at the minute, we're not taking no bookings for it at the minute because it's a bit overwhelming doing 4 meetings in 3 weeks or whatever, and then trying to get hire cars ready as well. So it sort of just be as and when the Corsa is ready. Tebbz is the most aggressive 13 stock driver I've ever seen. He drives the wheels off it. I wouldn't say that at the minute, because the whole of last season, leading up till last month, we were chasing the points. I definitely had to tone it down a bit, and my old man telling me I had to tone it down a bit if we wanted to try and get the points, and I did, and we did manage to get the points championship. So maybe the old Tebbz might come back a bit now. Now I've managed to get the silver roof. We'll see. Are you getting start money in the 1300s, and are you getting money if you win the world or in the top 3? We don't get start money for normal meetings. We went over to Ireland and they were generous enough to give us £50 each promotion we race for. Nuts Corner and DMC, both of them give us £50 each for each meeting, so that's 100 quid that went towards the diesel, so we appreciate that very much. But any other meeting that I go to, I've never had start money. Only ever the 2 times that I've been over to Ireland. So, are you getting, do you hire cars? I just said that. Have you raced Stanlake? Only online. Why are you laughing?
What a track.
Why are you laughing?
Top drivers come out of there, boy.
I've never raced Stanlake in real life, no.
You can if you want, though.
Piercy, Ham on Heg, Kiss, Marry and Avoid. Right, I'll go for it.
Who was it?
Piercy, Ham on Heg. Right. I'll kiss Hamill. I'll avoid Piercy and I'll marry Heg. That'll do. My Scottish brother. Ireland was good. You was up there on the pace. I know, mate. We was there on the pace, but we didn't really have the luck in the finals. Obviously with the isolate switch on the Saturday and then the Sunday getting spun out. But I didn't really... We was on the pace sort of, but not with them front 4. If you watch the video back in the final, them front 4 had that extra bit on us. I could not get out of turns 2 to save my life. It just was not getting out of there. How are you, dude? Get a ramp in the garage. I'd love to. The thing me and Dad keep talking about is the little scissor one. You know, the...
They're good, they are.
It just sits on the floor in the middle and it lifts it up.
This does, doesn't it?
What?
Leaving that as just using a trolley jack.
Yeah, but when I went over to Ireland and I used the 4-post ramp...
Oh, yeah.
Oh, mate.
Different sort of leaving garage.
Yeah,
So
that garage. The McCann's garage is my ideal garage. 2 cars in there, lovely, with a ramp, and they got loads of space out the front. That would be ideal. But yeah, get a ramp in the garage. The only one we could get in there is the little scissor one in the middle, and we have thought about that many times. We've just not got round to doing it. Nah, they're not that much money. Get yourself in a saloon and come down to St. Day and Smearfarp. I think they say so, Smearfarp. Yeah, Taunton. I've raced Taunton in the Mini, and I think it's a brilliant track, to be fair. Not bad at all. I'd love to have a go at St. Day, the old tri-oval. Any tips for window cleaning, Connor?
Window cleaning?
Any tips for window cleaning, mate?
Start from the top and work your way down.
Right, there you go. There's your answer. Tebbz says to Dad, I think I want to do super stocks again. Dad says, haha, here we go, coming in. Let's spend £3 I think I want... I don't...
No, don't worry. Pass.
Do you like Jake Banwell? No. Nah, he's alright. I'll get on well with Jake Banwell. Good lad. Your car tuned much, or are rules strict? Rules are very strict. They are meant to be 1416 valve standard engines.
Don't do it.
They're meant to be standard engines. People can refresh them. You can put new rings and shells in them and all sorts like that, but you can't modify any of the parts to make it any quicker.
Some people spend 1,800 quid for those.
Or there's like 10 grand motors out there if you want them. So yeah, regards to that, we've got shocks that we have to run. We have to run the same shocks. Yeah, exhausts are strict. You can only do certain stuff with the exhausts. Tyres are strict. We're only allowed one tyre. Everyone has to use the same tyre.
And you have to run 64 psi.
And it's 64 psi all round. Certain size wheels, yeah, it's very strict. There's a whole rule book on it. So,
Where can they find the rule book?
Speedworth website if you want to have a look. JH video, mate. I don't get that scenario. I don't think you're writing it correctly, mate. Fancy going to 1300 next year? Speak to me, mate. Private message me. I'm sure we can sort something out. Crack on with some work then. I'd love to, mate. But there's comments keep coming through and I don't want to know anyone.
That's not happening. What time are you ending at?
I don't know. It's not even started yet.
Do it till 8 and then we'll crack on.
Yeah. I need a year away from bangers and I won't. And I want to get into 1300 stock cars. Bangers are too much to run. I've heard that. I think unless you work in a scrapyard.
What are we talking? Nationals or just Europe?
Nah, I reckon that's just rookies.
Yeah, unless you work in a scrapyard, cars are mega money, kit's mega money.
Yeah, kits you can change, can't you?
Yeah, you can.
But yeah,
You've got to buy a lorry.
I think unless you work in a scrapyard, from what I've been told and prices and that, it's not really worth it. You might as well just get a stock car, and it'll end up being cheaper in the long run. When you get the English roof on that Corsa, when I race it myself,
Never then?
I've not raced it yet since I've won the English. So actually, I did race it in Northampton,
Yeah.
but I never put it on there. They will go on there at some point. Can you please locate where the twiddle pin is on a stock car? There.
No, down. Yeah, it's there somewhere. This, somewhere, yeah.
There you go. That's for you, Chaz. That is where the twiddle pin is. Don't tell anyone. Is the Silver Roof both for Speedworth and the East Coast? No, we're completely different promotions.
All right.
Speedworth run at the tracks we run at, and Skegness and Buxton ones, they have their own points chart and their own rule book, so no. Do you have a favourite track? Of course I do, and that is Eastbourne. What a track that is. That is a proper stock car track. You can only get 2 wide round there at the best of times. And if you're lucky enough to see the video of all the style that's going in there, it was Piercy, Alwood, Martin. There's a few big names in there. The massive crash they had at the pit gate, then you're lucky to watch that video. But it is the best, and a lot of stock car drivers will tell you it's one of the best stock car tracks out there. So Eastbourne it is. We need to see you in a banger. I'd love to have a go in a banger, mate. It's sort of in the pipeline. I've spoke to a few people about it. Might try to do a deal with getting someone in one of the 1300s to let me have a go in a banger. So that could happen.
You don't want to do bangers, do you? You don't really want to do it. You wouldn't
I
change
want to have a
figures,
go.
would you? Yeah,
No, I
you
wouldn't.
change
I definitely wouldn't change to a banger. I mean, I'm not going to say I'll never get hooked on them, but I can't see it.
No.
I enjoy these too much. The metal work and all that, this side of it, I enjoy too much to leave.
Oh, yeah.
Welding Bodger's car up at Speed Weekend.
Yeah.
What a load of rubbish. That's just crap though, isn't it?
Yeah, of course it is.
If you whack a corner off here, no worries, cut.
Yeah.
So,
I feel like these are more fun and less work if you put it in the wall. Like you say, you just cut a corner off and
yeah,
you do an arm or whatever.
yeah, definitely. What the difference? There's a room you two are going to do a bit of work. There's a room that you're going to do a bit of work at work, Ollie. But it's just rumours, mate. It's just rumours.
You've been listening to Topley too long.
100%. What's your favourite track? Eastbourne. Yes, Joe. Hi, Tebbz. Great to see you live. Have a good one. Cheers, brother. Tell Connor he's a dosser. Guess who that is?
That could be multiple people.
Guess who that is?
That's either Aaron Morris.
Right, I've got Connor around here to give me a hand today, and then obviously we
To
decided.
be fair, though, I'm flat out.
You are. To be fair, mate, he is flat out.
Flat out. Like, what more can I really do?
And we was planning to do some work and then start the live at 7,
I wasn't.
but I ended up going live early. I tried to sort of set it up.
This was an accident.
Yeah, it was an accident, but Now there's 140 people watching, so I can't leave you now. But yeah, he is a dosser. I know he's a dosser. I work with him all day. Sorry, Carl. Did you just get added by... I don't know what that says. I got some matey saying Turkish. I love. Ben took 'em.
Pardon?
Do you build your own engines? No. Dad has tried building engines in the past, and in the mini stock, that didn't go so well. In the street stock, that didn't go so well. 1300, 8 valve, that didn't go so well.
Are you mugging off Fred?
No.
Sounds like you're mugging Fred off.
No. He will tell you himself. Papa, if you're watching, write down in the comments what happens to your engines. I can't say nothing because I've never built one and I don't plan on building one anytime soon. Give me a bit of metalwork any day over an engine. Any plans of changing formula in the future? The only formulas I think about changing to at this moment in time would either be a saloon or an F2.
Oh, do you want to do an F2?
I'd rather do an F2 than probably a super stock.
Yeah.
F2s, you got a lot more with the shale and the tarmac.
Yeah.
I think.
You'd have to buy 2.
Yeah, I wouldn't at first. I would just. I'll jump on the shale for a little bit and have some fun on there. Probably spin out 100 times.
Million times. 64 million.
But yeah, if I was going to another formula, it would be a saloon or an F2 at the minute. Are you running a spoon engine for the world the same as Hector?
Fast and Furious.
Oh, so that took me a while.
And a laptop. That's a great comment.
What is it? He said that's Steve Carter. That's why he's coming on the island with us, boy. That's why.
That's a great comment.
That's why he's coming to the island with us, boy.
Oh, brilliant.
Do you have any other drivers in different formulas? Do you follow any other drivers in different formulas?
Jackman.
Nah. When Gears and Tears come out, I didn't know a lot about F1s. Obviously, I was racing mini stocks at the time. I didn't know a lot about F1s. And then Gears and Tears come out, and I chose Wayman over the Smiths. So in the F1s, it'd have to be Wayman. And then at the minute in the F1s, I'd probably say I'd root for Tom Harris. Not being the glory hunter or anything, but I just think with how fast he is and the fact that he don't mind putting the bumper in, and if people upset him, he'll make sure they get upset. So rooting for Tom Harris in them. Frankie Wayman or Tom Harris, which don't make sense because it don't seem like they like each other too much. Saloons, I'm rooting for Joe Reynolds. Come out the bangers and put in some absolute crazy amount of meetings and time into his saloon. So hopefully he picks up a big win soon. Is the Spitfire ready for Saturday? No. Don't start. I should be working right now, but I'm not.
This is for you. You have to work later now.
I know. It's not even started yet.
That's fine. We'll crack on. It's fine.
Spitfire is not ready, no. The course is in here. Course is pretty much ready. We're just sorting out spares. Well, we was sorting out spares. That's going. That's
No,
yeah.
done. It'll take 10 minutes.
I've got some mate in here talking gibberish. Ben took him near the end, said I don't know what that means.
Baby.
A decent rookie will set you back 1,500 to £2,000. That's 1,500 or £2,000 more than I have. So even rookie bangers are getting expensive now. I know everyone always moans about it. Anyone who does bangers moans about them being expensive.
Don't know. Should we ring Craig and ask him? Ring.
A few people have said it now.
Watch how he answers the phone just in case.
What's that, Fred?
Are you alright, mate?
You alright?
Yeah, how we doing?
Not bad.
Good. I was just wondering, are bangers expensive, Craig?
What's that?
Are bangers expensive?
Why?
Just answer the question, Craig.
Yeah, fairly expensive.
Fairly expensive, right.
Oh. Oh, yeah, all right, yeah.
How much will with a rookie banger set you back? Quick. 1,600 banger, whatever they're called.
Mine owe me about 1,500 quid.
Hey,
That's
alright,
perfect.
Cool. See you later, mate.
Cheers,
Just double
Craig.
checking.
Oh, we're on live.
Yeah, so
We're on
that's
live
a
on YouTube.
rookie banger driver just said 1,500 quid to get you going. I'm after a race suit. Where's best to shop? Speedworth shop or McGill? Speedworth Fabrications or McGill Motorsport? Definitely. Best tips for a first driver, Dave? Don't lock your brakes up when you get picked up. That is my ultimate tip for any new driver. in stock cars. If you get picked up, do not slam on your brakes because you'll make it 10 times worse. And then you'll be moaning, why did everyone put me in? No, nobody put you in. You put yourself in.
And speaking from experience.
So turn the wheel right and either feather the brakes or just put it in flat out on the accelerator and get round. Try going sideways instead of straight on because you'll end up wrecking yourself and wrecking your car. So that is my top tip for a first driver. What other formulas do you enjoy watching? Saloons. I enjoy watching saloons. I haven't really watched too many F2 races, to be fair. Yeah, saloons. I'll tell you what I enjoy watching, the lightning rods at Speed Weekend. They wasn't there this year, but they are the best sort of non-contact racing there is. Beats national hot rods, beats 2 litre hot rods, beats stock rods. Lightning rods are the best non-contact formula out there. If I was to do a non-contact formula, it would be lightning rods. Their races at Speed Weekend are the best for non-contact. So, saloons or lightning rods on a good day.
How big?
He ain't that big.
He's that big. Obviously don't know with him, but...
Ask him what design, Spitfire or Wadham.
You ask him.
What design, Spitfire or Wadham? Actually, I'll ask everyone, what design, Spitfire or Wadham? Fire away there. If you was in a banger, you would have to go in the wall. Cheers, mate.
Yeah, what a great guy.
I'd love it.
Cheers.
Clayton Mallet, Formula 2. Why are you laughing? Going on from Eastbourne question, would you like to see the track tarmac or stay concrete? Concrete all day long. It makes that bit... Right, that video that I've done at Eastbourne does not show Eastbourne in the wet how it should be shown. With only 5 cars starting the final is ridiculous, but it's a Wednesday night. You can't moan to anyone about racing a Wednesday night. People have to go to work, people have to pay mortgage, so on and so forth. On the weekend, if no one turned up on the weekend, then that's sad. People need to sort themselves out and race. But I can't trust...
There's my boy. He's turned the kids' TV off. What boy?
But yeah, you can't make... or can't get annoyed at anyone for not racing a Wednesday night at Eastbourne. But, onto the question, keeping it concrete, 100%. 20 cars or 25 cars around there in the wet is some of the best racing you'll ever see. You're so close to the track as well. It's ridiculous. I mean, there you're standing right there, and guaranteed every time at least one car comes round, or if you've not got 2 or 3 or 4 or 5, everyone's going to be hitting the wall, and it's just good to see.
All right, mate, someone's touchy. Jesus.
sorry, mate, I didn't mean that. So yeah, definitely stay concrete. Vicious rumours, Oswald. They are vicious rumours, mate. When are you leaving for Kings Lynn? Friday or Saturday? It'll be a Saturday morning. We got to get there nice and early. Try and get there for 12, I think it is, when the pit gates open. So.
What's that, Saturday?
Yeah, got to get there for 12.
Yeah.
Who first got you into stock cars? From David in
Scotland.
How do you know that?
I've read the comments.
Oh, did you?
Yeah.
Who first got into stock cars? Mel Man. Mel Man raced stock rods for 7 years, 2001 to 2007, I believe, or 2008. And then he actually swapped his stock rod. I'm guessing he parted with some money as well. I hope he did. For a mini stock. So he got me a second-hand mini stock. And I started at Arena Essex doing the non-contact ones. And then I moved on in my last year to the Speedworth contact ones. And Dad built me a brand new mini stock. So.
Did you win anything?
That's a touchy subject.
No, then.
I've got the trophy, but I didn't win it.
Mate?
I'll say that for another day.
Ah, story time.
We have a story time?
We can't have it now, but we could have
a
video of story time.
Who first, with rookies being so expensive now, fancy sponsoring me, Tebbz? No! I think you should sponsor me. Yeah. If you saw my bank account, you would not be saying that. What are the Radham and Wadham based on? What, do you mean the names? Or the cars?
What it means is, why is it called the Radham and the Wadham? It's because one's red and one's white.
Yeah, so we got 2 Adams. I'm guessing I'm going to go by that, Con.
Yeah.
We got 2 Adams, and to differentiate, I can't say that word.
Differentiate the fuck.
I can't say that.
To know the difference between them.
To know the difference between them, and obviously when we started YouTube, to make the difference between all the cars, especially them 2. One is called the Wadham because it's white, and the other one's called the Radham because it's black, and they're Vauxhall Adams, so it sort of makes sense. And as Heg pointed out at one point, Jack's car would then be called the Padham. The pattern. Have you been banned lately? No, I haven't. The last time I got banned
was a long time.
was it Roth? I think at Mildenhall. Was that? Yeah, last time I got banned was at Mildenhall, and that was in the.
Well, technically.
Yeah, no.
Yeah, no.
No, not for a little while. Probably coming on 2 years. Come race microstocks with me. They're only 1 litres.
They sound fast.
Nah, I'd probably stay in the 1300s, mate. I've seen them. They look pretty good, and they look like they've got car numbers as well. They're Dan Ringwood. 1 litre microstock cars.
Yeah.
Have you seen them?
Yeah, a couple of people I know.
Yeah. Then I've seen the race, so their world final, whatever it is, their gold roof race.
Yeah.
There's about 30 or 40 of them.
Yeah. They're adults as well. They're just silly little minis.
I know, yeah. They're basically mini stocks for adults. Yeah. It's good. Wayman on top. Not the. Yeah. No, Wayman's the boy. He is. For the years he's been doing it and the stuff he's won, he's ridiculously good. Would you race a saloon round Cowley? 100%. That looks unreal. Looking at the Super Bowl meetings around there, oh my God. Any sort of championship round Cowley in a saloon, their backs and necks must be killing them the next day. Are you looking forward to taking part in both the live action arena and on stage at the MWA? I am. I'm buzzing for it, Dave. As you say, we've got... Actually, well... Yeah, we're going to redo the Wadham, the white one, and that will go into the show, whether it's on stage or in the live action. So that one is definitely be coming out looking brand new for the MWA show. And yes, I am buzzing. Looking forward to it. Should be good. Did your dad win anything in stock rods?
I feel like you should answer yes even if you didn't. I don't know, but...
He won... No. I don't think he did. If my memory serves me right. He won loads of races.
Hey?
Go on now.
Don't blame me for that.
He won loads of races, but I don't think he ever managed to get a title or even a Mickey Mouse title. But he was, a lot of the time, he was a one-man band and he was turning up to race meetings on his own. He did have a little pit crew for a little while, Craig and Ian. I remember them two, helping him out. They was always around here in this same garage many, many years ago. But a lot of the time he was a one-man band doing stock rods. And I always said if I was ending up going racing on my own, I probably wouldn't go. It's just...
Yeah, you would.
What, going racing on your own?
Yeah, you would.
No, you wouldn't.
You wouldn't do it as often and you wouldn't go as far, but you'd still go. You wouldn't go to Scotland or Ireland on your own, because that's depressing. But you'd still got to order shot and you just wouldn't
maybe.
get as big.
Yeah, maybe. You just do the as and whens, wouldn't you?
Yeah.
If you're on your own. Just chill out.
Luckily for you, Kurt, you're never on your own.
Nah. Lloyd Campbell, morning.
Hey?
Yeah, morning.
Yeah, come on.
Can't wait to start 1300 so I can follow you in flat out, Harvey.
Can't upset him, that's the boss.
Yeah, I won't upset you because I'll get sacked.
Yeah, right, mate, lovely.
Yeah, sweet. Yeah, can't wait, mate, can't wait. Have you ever been injured? Yes, many times. The worst injury I think I've ever had was my ribs, and I got flicked left at Ipswich. In front of, I think I was one of the front reds. I ended up getting flicked left at Ipswich, and I hit the pit gate sideways, and as I hit it, I damaged my rib, and I got winded, and I was like, oh.
How's it going?
Oh, and I looked, and as I spun, and I'm facing the whole of the reds, and I was like, oh my God, please do not hit me. And luckily, nobody hit me. But that was probably 3 or 4 weeks of pure pain in the ribs. So yeah, I've been injured a couple of times. My legs, like my thigh, has been has been bruised badly. I don't think there's too much else. Knocked myself out once or twice. Nothing ever broken, luckily, so that's good. Do you miss smashing Tebbz up on a PC? I do miss racing online, and I will, at some point, get back to racing online and probably try and...
What are the chances of that being conversation?
I know, yeah. I'm looking to get back to online racing at some point. I'd need to find some time, Jeff Rowe. But yeah, I've got a little story. I remember my first ever saloon on online sim racing, R-Factor, I think it was Sim Stocks. I was winning my first ever saloon race, and Tebbz, he was a world champion at the time, come around behind me, and last Ben lunged me from miles back and took me out, and I was so upset. I was so annoyed.
You would cry.
I was so annoyed. I was a white roof, about to get my first final win in saloons, and Peds, the world champion at the time, took me out.
Oh.
Yeah, I was fuming. Like, I'm fucking there.
Did you smash the controller off?
No, I didn't. It was a steering wheel.
Oh, right.
Get them back at Speed Weekend. I'm guessing that's about the lightning rods. I'd love to see them back at Speed Weekend. You ever been to Grimley Raceway? No, I haven't. In Grimley, mate.
Never heard of it.
Connor Grayson, tell that con_01 to get me my hat.
This hat. It's in the van. Go to the final and I'll bring it.
Come to World Final, Connor. I know you want to.
I'll
Alright, I'm guessing this is all the designs now. I must be fucking miles back. Wadham, Spitfire, Wadham.
Wow, we're miles behind.
Spradham, Spitfire, Wadham.
Spratum.
Who's that? That's Ollie.
Oh.
That's mixed. Good luck for Saturday for the World Final. Thank you very much, mate. How many times have you built the front bumper? Many times. Many times.
On what car?
All of them. All of them. Look. A brand new one sitting on there.
I built that.
No, you didn't. How's the prep for the World Final going?
Living the dream. What do you mean?
Meant to be doing it right now, but I'm sat here doing this instead. This is more fun. I've got 190 people.
No way.
Yeah,
Bad.
that's mad. Hello, Tebbz. Who is your all-time #1 driver? Your heroes growing up around the ovals. For me, it was Big 3 and 302 Woody. To be fair, growing up, obviously, we watched Stock Rods growing up the whole time. And it was always Sturty running around at the front in the Stock Rods, 168. Graham Morton as well. He's not really a hero, but I always remember him and my dad racing together. And
Your dad?
he's always my hero.
Yeah,
isn't he?
exactly. Like your dad's your hero. He's your #1.
Yeah. I don't really know, mate, to be honest. No. How's the prep round for World Final? Why do they run Wednesdays and not weekends normally? They do. They run both. Wednesday. Eastbourne's always run on a Wednesday, as far as I can remember. Even in the mini stock days, we've raced there. I don't know why they do Wednesday nights, and they do Thursday nights at Yarmouth as well. I don't mind it, going away on a Wednesday night, leaving work early and going racing. It's not the worst thing in the world.
You wouldn't leave work early? Sorry.
How do you get to spend the time in the garage with keeping the other half happy? Asking for a friend. Get them involved. That is the best thing I've ever done. Getting Chelsea involved in the racing and making them part of the racing. Then you become one. And she knows that unless you go and do the time in the garage, you're not going to go racing. I think for anyone who, this might tickle a few feathers, but anyone who's with a missus and they hate racing and that is your passion,
Leave her.
do you know what I mean? Like, Chelsea's always been there for
To be
every.
fair though, Chelsea's.
Yeah, I know. For everything I've ever done, Chelsea's always been there behind me. But yeah, as I say, I needed to get her involved more with the racing so I can race more. And she enjoys it more then. And we're all part of a team now. We are the team. So if your missus don't enjoy the racing and you love it, then thanks then. But yeah. Do you ever stay to watch the bangers after your heats? No, never. Or after you finished your races? No, unfortunately not. We like to get out of there as quick as possible unless there is a race or a formula that I do want to watch. And bangers normally ain't on the cards for that. So I should be in for like 12 to 15. Yeah, we're hoping to get there for 12, mate. So whatever, we'll see you there. What's the best way to get into 1300s? Have a look on Facebook.
Money. Just money, really.
If you got 9 grand, you can get a couple of cars. Best way to get into 1300s, have a look on Facebook. If you want to tell me your budget, obviously I might take a little while to reply, but tell me your budget, and if a car ever comes up for the right price that you want. Do I want a coffee, Mum? Yes, please. I want to find my Red Bull, to be fair. I don't know where
I've
that's
done
gone.
mine's gone.
Do you want a coffee?
No.
No, you don't drink coffee. Yeah, have a look on Facebook, mate, but I get it, but you don't try and do 1300s or any stock cars without a welder, without a cutter. They're the two main things, and a bit of
basic knowledge.
Basic knowledge, a bit mechanically minded. Yeah, Best way to get into 1300s. Probably message.
Go watch them.
Go watch them and talk to people if you're being serious about getting into 1300s. Before me and Dad got into 1300s, we done street stocks before, which is just at a club, Rolling Thunder. And while we was racing them, I said to Dad, I want to do 1300s. They look brilliant. They look the daddies. And we went to go watch meetings. We were done probably 3 meetings off the top of my head that I can remember to go watch, and we took a load of photos of a load of cars because we wanted to build our own one as well. A couple of people weren't too happy about it, but if anyone wants to take pictures of cars, you're welcome to. You're welcome to have a look at them. But some people didn't like that. But anyway, yeah, we took a load of photos of cars, come back, done a drawing of how we wanted to build it, and then we built one. But Dad is, my old man is very smart and very mechanically minded. He can do anything. So.
But money doesn't buy skill. So.
But you ain't.
£9 on a car will not get you any faster.
No, I've seen. That's a very good point. Spending £9 on a car will not make you any faster than if you had the knowledge and built it up yourself, because you ain't going to find the problems on that car. You ain't going to know what's wrong with that car. You spent £9 on a car, and it's got a misfire. You ain't got a clue. You don't know what. Is it coil? Is it that? Is it that? You can change whatever you like, but you don't know the car in and out, and it doesn't mean.
It doesn't make you a better driver at all.
Nah.
Money does not buy skill.
No way. In stock cars, you could buy the best car. And I've seen it many times in saloons and 1300s. They go and buy the best car out there, driven by one of the best drivers out there. They go there, and within a year, that car is worth half the price because you haven't got the skill to do it. But yeah, money does not buy skill. It takes time and practice.
And a lot of effort.
And a lot of effort, a lot of motivation to keep going, especially when you get smashed up. A little story time here.
Yeah,
I'll say it. When me and Dad first started 1300s, our first meeting was at Wimbledon, and I was absolutely crapping myself. Done 2 races, started off yellow, because I got previous race experience. Done 2 races, I think I got top 8 in both, just about, from yellow. And then in the last one, the duck put me into a post. I think the last couple of laps, he hit me, and I just ended up sliding into a post. Probably put on the brakes too hard and ended up in a post anyway. And then the second meeting, we went to Ipswich, and it was lashing it down, and I ended up winning all 3 from yellow. So I've done yellow in the first 2, and then they made me start in blue for the final, and I won all 3. It's the only time I've ever won all 3. And so that was brilliant. We thought, Jesus Christ, we cracked it.
What a touch.
We've done it. Cracked it. And then after that, we couldn't finish a meeting for about 6 months to 8 months. We could not. The car would not finish a meeting. I would get to the final, and something would break down, or I'd hit the wall and something would snap. It was just, it was so demoralising and
Did you give up,
demotivating. No, we didn't give up. But we're literally 6 months, and we could not finish the final, or even heat 2 sometimes. And we were like, this is just, because the car was, we built it ourselves, and the car was not built to take what it needed. But over time, every time something broke, we would then double fix that, or second fix it, like we like to say. And over time, the car finally got better and better and better, and then we finally got to grounds with it. And within a year, we managed to get to Superstar, once after that period of not finishing meeting. So it takes a lot of time, a lot of patience. But yeah, you can't just buy a car and go and win a lot of the time. Sometimes it might work, but only for a little while. Only for a little while. You've got to put your time and effort into it. What track is no longer here, but you'd have liked to race that? Oh, the old Aldershot. 100%. Mumsy, come and say hello. Mumsy's just bought me a coffee out. Cheers. That'd be hot, wouldn't it? Yeah, the old Aldershot or Whiz Beach. They're the 2 tracks, definitely. Everyone who's the stock car driver says them 2 are brilliant tracks for stock car racing. What would be the best track meeting to come down and watch from up in Cumbria? Is that Scotland?
No.
Cumbria?
Yeah, it might be. I don't know. Should we maps it? Either way, there's a few.
Who'd be the best track meeting to come down?
Speed weekend. To watch good entertainment.
Yeah, speed for 1300s, probably Speed Weekend. I mean, 60 cars round Ipswich is always going to be action.
It's up there.
High up.
Yeah, it's not.
There's always going to be action around there, so I would suggest if you want to spend the money, make sure you book early in a hotel to save on money, because it's expensive around there around that time, because the hotels know what date it is every year. So come down to Speed Weekend, definitely. Who's your new helper? Well, he's not really helping much.
And I'm not really new.
And he's not new. He's just He's just here. And it's Connor, Craig.
Turn up.
Good evening from Great Yarmouth. Not going to make world final, although could divert family on way home to Boston.
I would. I would.
I mean, if I was you, I would.
Yeah,
if
I would.
not, get on the live stream. Trackstar Racing. Get on their live
Or
stream.
watch the video after.
Yeah, but if you ever had a kid, would you let him into Ninja Karts or mini stocks or micro F2s? 100%. I would like them to race if I did have kids. I haven't got any kids at the minute, and I have no plan to have kids at the minute.
No.
But yeah, I would definitely like to see them race. Surely it's the Radom as it's red rather than being black. Fuck me, I must be miles behind.
You are miles.
So why is the Honda called the Spitfire? Good question.
Because it's an absolute fighter jet.
We said it looks a bit like a fighter jet. It looks like it's just low.
It's big.
It's big, low, and it looks like a bit of a missile. So that is why we sort of called it the fighter jet. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Doing well.
You finished work?
Yeah, just. You got a coffee?
Yeah. Here it is. I think I'm a bit below on comments. I
Yeah,
need
a
to
little
catch
bit.
up.
Miles behind. You need to start skipping some, mate.
They just want to know. A couple of people asked you, did you ever win anything in stock rods?
No, a lot of seconds.
A lot of seconds. Right. I did say no.
It runs in the family.
Yeah. No, he didn't win anything. I don't know whether to skip some of these or not. Are we
I'd
not?
rather skip through and start reading them and just if they repeat, just don't read them out. Or just completely skip most of them and just start again.
I won 5 races in 2 meetings once.
You've done better than Kurt.
Yeah.
You got a
Not
hat
bad.
trick.
Huh?
Hat trick.
Yeah, got a hat trick one night.
And then 2.
And
Very
then
good.
1, 2 at Bovington. And then I come second in the Southern in the 1300s. In the Radom.
To Joe Giles.
Yeah.
Managed to just beat you off of yellow, probably. He was.
Yeah,
He
I
was
was,
both
yeah.
off yellow.
Yeah, we were.
Yeah. What's your best personal moment in the 1300s?
Really coffee.
Right, it's going to have to be the English so far, isn't it?
Winning the English.
Winning the English.
You look most excited with that one.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, that moment of getting on the car. Obviously, I'd rather have won it the other way, but he had nicked it off me before by cutting the corner. The exact same thing at Wimbledon, and he knows it. But yeah, without even thinking about it, jumping on the car and screaming at the top of my voice, which I didn't even realise I'd done.
It looked good though.
So that's got to be the highlight, obviously, and hopefully there's many more to come. I've had a lot of seconds where I've been disheartened, but that's racing. That's stock car racing. If you're in the Gold this weekend, would you set in 1300s? What would you go into 2-litre saloons? If I was to move formula, it'd be either a 2-litre saloon or an F2. I'll say it again.
How many times are you going to tell people?
Track 1300s don't race at. You want them to race at. I'd love to have a go at Cowdy. Cowdy looks like a brilliant track. What other tracks? Skegness, definitely. That looks like a proper stock car track. It's very tight. Ninja Driver Arthur, can my dad rent your car at the same meeting we're on next? And do you supply overalls and helmet? Drop me a message, mate. It depends on when we're next on. Probably not going to hire this car out for a little while at the minute, just while we build the other cars back up and get us back into the swing of things, because we're a little behind at the minute. Whether we ever go back in saloon, also, who do you think will win British? British, I'd love to see Joe Reynolds win it, but I probably think Allard will win it. What will swing your decision to finally change to 2-litre saloons? A garage. A bigger garage.
Big garage.
And a yard. 2-car garage with a ramp, and I'll go to saloons. So if anyone wants to help us out with that, let me know.
In Hampshire.
Is it true you put your chopper down the right side of your harness for more inside weight?
Who wrote that?
That's Steve Carter. No, it don't make much difference, mate. I don't know why. Do I come up to you for merch on Saturday? Yes, come and see the boss, Chels. She will sort you out. You'll see her. You'll know which one she is straight away. Shale or tarmac? Tarmac, unfortunately. I'd love to be better at shale, but I haven't quite got it at the minute. We will get it soon, though. We need more time on shale. But the shale meetings, when we are flying on shale, they are fun, especially in the Spitfire. So, can't make it, unfortunately, Connor. Good luck, you dancer. You're up my ends for the MWA, so I'll come fetch it in person then. All right, I'll see you then, Connor.
Well, no, I'm not there then. So.
How do you think Dave Davison will do on his debut? I think he'll get DNFs all night. What's more important, race prep or time with the missus? No comment. Race go.
Correct, with the missus.
Yeah, that'd be nice.
Where is she then?
She's actually sorting merch out.
I know she would be.
Yeah, she's busy doing other stuff for Tebbz Racing. How did you upset 30 at Speed Weekend, and were you loaded? I saw a bit of red mist with number 30, and it is what it is. It happened. And were you loaded? Yes, I got loaded, and I believe he did as well. But in my opinion, I think they should have both let us just carry on and have it out in the last race. But it is what it is. Obviously. David, I won't read that. Someone's just private messaged me. Have you ever done Skegness? No, I've never even been there to watch either. And I would love to go and watch. Everyone who says the Skegness, I've been to the Skegness weekend, says it's brilliant. So I would love to go down and watch. If not, I'll race. Why is the Corsa in the garage? Are you using that on Saturday? No, that has been rented out on Saturday. I've got the Spitfire that I'm going to be using, but it's over in the other garage and it's not ready yet. What do you think of Arley? Best track in the country by far. Good luck for the World Final, mate. Love watching the videos. I've always watched bangers and other formulas. Always great fun. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. I work down Arley. Well, you probably see me there smashing the wall up somewhere, or you're probably repairing the wall there for me. How much is one of your engines worth? £500.
345 quid.
£500 and it's yours.
And we'll take it out.
Yeah, and we'll take it out for you. No problem. Where are you located for your scaffold? We are based in Hook for our scaffold company. Is there any videos with Dad Racing? There's many videos, and when I do the video that we have got in the pipeline, once racing calms down, of our racing history, I will add a few videos and a few photos of Dad's cars as well. Is that a cheeky little mullet on the horizon? It is, mate. I'm desperate to get it cut, but I have got no time at the minute. Absolutely no time. So, but yeah, it is a mullet on its way. What do the different roof colours mean? So that is how we get graded. That is how we start the races. It is a handicap system. So if you are, there's a points chart. If you're at the top of the points, you then start at the back of the grid. And the bottom ones, it will be a white roofs, start in the white grade, yellow roofs, blue grade, blue roofs, and then you've got reds, and then champions. So anyone who's at the top of the points chart will start further at the back of the grid for every race apart from the championships. And that gives everyone an even chance of winning. So if you're a rookie and you're starting off the front and you get a good start, you get a good getaway, you have a chance of winning.
This is turning into something else.
This is great. This is brilliant. I'll come next race and do this.
We will see. Will we see Tebbz in a 2-litre saloon? Not my own, but I'd love to have a go and hire one. So I would, if I ever do, I would definitely put the GoPros in there for that. Do you rebuild your engines? No, as I said earlier. Dad, what happens to engines that you
We blow up.
They blow up.
I wasn't making. He will agree with me. What happens to your engines?
I don't touch engines. Well, we can do
You
the
sort the
top
heads.
ends.
Yeah, you sort the heads out. Dad'll sort the heads out, but we will not. He will not touch. I say we. I don't touch him.
Every time I've done a bottom end, it blows up. So
So he's not really.
I'll leave that to Harry.
Yeah. So now we've got a mate Harry who helps us out with them.
He sponsors you as well, is it?
Yeah. HMC Merch.
Top sponsor.
Our good sponsor there, Harry.
And
Shout out.
The best mullet.
And he's got the best mullet as well, Dylan. He's got a lot better mullet than I have. He's got a proper mullet. Think it's about time you change the engine in the Wadham. After watching all your recent meetings, it's getting slower up the straights. And I don't know if it's getting slow. It doesn't feel slower, but it's definitely every meeting we do, it's getting more and more smoke coming out the exhaust.
Yeah.
What's that Spitfire?
No, that's the Wadham.
We should have sold it in Ireland, shouldn't we?
It's £500. Anyone can. Anyone can.
Should have took the money.
Think it's about time you're changing, blah, blah, blah. When Aldershot video coming out? Well, I've got the Tebbz Weekly that I need to finish. Hopefully I can get that finished in the next couple of days. And the Aldershot video is actually pretty much finished. But I need to get the Tebbz Weekly out first. So hopefully by the end of the week, we'll see. What formulas have you raced in? I have done mini stocks. I've done street stocks, which is a very, very basic 1300 and a lot lighter, a lot less metal in, but it's still nudge and spin with bumpers on. I've done them for a year, and then I moved into the 1300s. When is Papa and you getting on track together?
October.
What meeting was that?
Is there a Northampton?
Was it a Northampton October? Yeah, I think so. Probably a Northampton in October. We was looking at both going out. One of us in the Spitfire, and one of us in the Corsa.
Corsa.
Do you really want to be lapped by your dad, though?
Why? Why? Because you start a white roof.
I'm going to run them straight in.
To be fair, he did run you in earlier, so...
Best 1300 car you have raced? Dad, answer this for me. What's the best 1300 I've raced?
The Battle Bus.
No.
Oh.
Wrong.
Wadham.
No. Oh,
Oh.
Dad, you've lost at this. You made us look right, silly.
No. Spitfire. What?
The Nova!
Oh, yeah.
Oh!
It's over for the Nova.
Best 1300 stock car I've ever raced was my 5-door Nova, which we swapped for a street stock.
Did you ever do any good in it?
No.
You did?
We swapped the street stock for the
Yes,
Nova.
swapped our street stock for the Nova.
Yeah. And
That's a touchy subject.
Did you do any good in
Yes,
the
I
Nova?
did.
What did you win?
Nearly won the best in Britain.
Nearly?
Nearly won the world.
What's your name, Brad?
Yeah.
he's the nearly champ.
Yeah. No, it was the Nova. I loved that car,
Scrap.
but she was just too bent in the end.
Spitfire, though.
Have I got the gold paint ready, bro? I believe Jack's taking that, so...
Jack's definitely taking that.
Great videos, Tebbz. Keep up the good work. Thank you very much, mate. Appreciate it. Did you ever race Birmingham Wheels? Yes, I did, and I thought it was a brilliant track. I raced there in the minis twice.
No.
Or more
I
than that.
thought it's about 4 times.
Oh, maybe we've done it a few times, but I thought it was a brilliant track in the minis. I never had a chance to race it in the 1300s, unfortunately. Live now, this is different. It is different, mate. And this is
brilliant.
we're stopping us from doing any work on the cars, but I'm enjoying this,
Half hour,
so
anyway.
it's fine. Who's your favourite 1300 driver and why is it Hamill?
You would say that out loud. That was Oz.
He is the boy. He's very quick and he knows what he's doing. That's why he's my favourite driver. When you're getting in a banger, Craig, when you build me one.
Who's that, my brother?
Yes.
Just tell him to give you the car.
Build me one, Craig. You can have a go in a 1300. Let me have a go in a banger.
I tried that, it was slow.
I know, he was terrible. How much is the whole car?
What's this?
For the Corsa,
What?
how much would you sell it for?
5 grand?
It's not for sale, but if we was to sell it, you're looking at 5 grand for the Corsa. Have you had any big rivalries with any drivers over the years? Yes, I've had big rivalries with the Morphies for a good few years. All 4 of them I've had rivalries with, and I've had a few little rivalries with a few, probably, I don't know, a good handful of drivers I've had some good rivalries with.
I don't know. Probably
Do you and
not
your
actually.
dad never come across words?
Do you and Dad never argue? I think that's what it's meant to say.
Oh.
Do you and your dad ever have cross words in the garage as you always seem to get on too well, or is that edited out? No, we have never had a proper Barney in the garage. We never get angry at each other. I think if we get annoyed with each other,
We do get frustrated a little.
we do get frustrated with each other, but if we was to get annoyed with each other, we'd rather go quiet rather than shout at each other.
Yeah.
And that is our way of dealing with it. I think you'll get absolutely nowhere by screaming and shouting at each other, which I've heard a few other
And then we do,
families do.
We do talk it out man to man, don't we?
Yeah, if we have a difference, then we will speak about it and come up with a solution, and it normally works. But no, we've never had an argument.
No.
We've had disagreements where we've politely disagreed with each other.
Politely?
No, we have. Where we both say,
yeah,
I
yeah.
don't agree with that,
And
I don't
we-
agree with that.
We agree to disagree.
Yeah, and we agree to disagree, but we've never had a Barney. That isn't edited out. That's just not us to be like that. Your old man is a legend. Hashtag grafters. PS. Cumbrio's in the northwest, mate. Borders with Scotland. That's close enough.
Yeah, up there, right?
I'll take that.
Yes, passport.
Will you race bangers at Aldershot for back to basic meeting? I'd love to. If someone wants to swap me a car, banger for a 1300 meeting, let me know. 100% commitment, mate, and keeping up with the videos too. Top effort. Keeping a car on track takes enough time alone. It does, mate, and especially 4 cars takes a lot of time. I said this a couple of times, but I always thought having more cars would be less work, but that's not. It's not the case at all.
Wrong.
They done Wednesday. Was Speedway on Saturdays? Ah, Speedway on Saturdays. Ah, right. They done Eastbourne on Wednesdays because they had Speedway on Saturdays.
Oh, right.
So, does Chelsea want to have a go in a 1300 too? No. She'd love to have a go in practice, she just told me, but she'd never ever go out there in a meeting. She says it's too violent. But she would definitely have a go in practice. I have a video from Wimbledon in 2002 of Dad racing an ex-James Hardy Starlet. Not sure if that was Fred's debut meeting. Did you debut at Wimbledon?
Yeah.
Did you? You brave.
Yeah,
In a Starlet. In a Starlet.
Straight into the post.
Probably.
I think I've got lapped. Like, probably the first
Yeah,
few
sweet.
meetings I got lapped. I was in a style that most of them were in
Novas. Yeah.
And just couldn't keep up. I couldn't drive a rear-wheel drive. I couldn't set a rear-wheel drive up. And then once I got a Nova, things were better.
Yeah.
But yeah, I did a lot of meetings at Wimbledon.
Which is was our local track for many, many, many years, obviously. Do you go and watch other formulas, i.e. F1's World in September? I haven't been to actually go to a race meeting and not race for a long, long time. We don't really have the time to go do it. I would love to, because I love the social side of it, as well as the racing. I do enjoy the social side of racing. But we always say we're going to go Skegness Weekender every year, and we never do. We never get round to it. I'd love to go see the F1 World at Northampton that weekend, but no doubt I'll be busy. Or, you know, if I have a whole weekend of Friday, Saturday and Sunday off to go watch that, that's 3 days out of the garage on my own racing. So that could be a difference between missing a meeting or not.
That's a great question.
And what makes the big difference? The car or the driver? The driver, by far. By far the driver. Because if you had a car that was the fastest car out there, right, and the driver was a mediocre to low driver, right, if he thinks that car is so fast, he's going to go into the corner as fast as he can and try to brake as late as he can, but he overcomes the car, you are not going to get anywhere. If the driver can't find the limit of the car, no matter how fast the car is, you're not going to get anywhere. So driver skill over the car any day. When is your car due its MOT?
Time? Just realised you haven't answered any of the questions.
What?
Any of the questions what are on Instagram and Facebook?
They've probably been asked on that, to be fair.
Are they on Facebook?
Yeah, they're inboxes.
Oh.
I think you should race bangers rent off Keith Reynolds. I'd love to, mate. I'd love to have a go in a banger. Would you race a banger? Swap me 1300 meeting for a banger, anyone?
I just told you we will. Done.
Right. Apparently I've got a car sat there waiting for me.
Whoa.
Is it not built yet?
Nah, but it will be.
Alright. Somebody's going to build me a banger off the back of this live
Somebody
stream.
else offered you a banger? Well,
Two people, yeah, I know, I've said that.
It's free
There's
now.
probably another 100 people in since then. Looking at the bookings, I think you're pole for world. We don't know where we're going to start yet. I will be either first, second, third or fourth, depending on where I pick out of a hat for the top 4 drivers. It depends on where I'm going to start in the top 4.
Doesn't Fred pick out the hat for them?
He does, yeah. Last 2 times he got me pole.
You're A.
Oh, we're done. Is it done?
Curtis Tebbenham, Cole Waterfield.
Yeah, and pick
Cole Hegg. A. What does that mean?
inside row 1.
Yeah, pole.
No way.
Oh, what's that? Outside A, inside A.
What?
So 2.
Well, there's 3 of us. Yeah, no. Look, they've put us all into A. Me, Cole Waterfield, and Hegg. Yeah. So they're saying inside A.
Oh.
I'm either one of these 3.
Yeah,
So I'm either going to start first, third, or second. Either the front 2 rows, or I'm going to start third. So that's the grid. We're just looking at their Trackstar website now. So
you're going to be
first, second, or third.
yeah, front row inside, front row outside,
Second
or
row
second
inside.
row inside.
Yeah.
Yeah, nice.
Would you go in a Brisker F1? Yes. If anyone can get me a shot in an F1 for a swap of a 1300, which I don't think is possible,
I don't know.
then yes, I'd love to have a go in an F1. Go get that gold roof. We'll be gunning for it. Don't worry about that. Would you consider yourself a favourite for the gold roof? Who else could you see win other than you? I don't consider myself a favourite at all. Maybe because of the YouTube, a few more people are rooting for me this year, but I'm definitely wouldn't be a favourite. Maybe going off of my form at Kings Lynn last time, but I think the favourites there are probably the local boys that race there, or Lee Pearce, who has absolutely blistering form on shale. 9 times out of 10 that he goes. But as Dad said earlier, Bromley is probably the best shout. But I will do my best to not let any of them win.
I'd have an outside bet on Jack as well. Jack
Smith. Connor said
I
that.
said that.
Yeah, an outside bet on Jack Smith, and a good bet on probably Bromley. But I can assure you, it's not going to be an easy race. I can ask Keith Reynolds for you, mate. What is the price to hire a car out? It's 400 quid, including all damage, but it's not for hire, it's not to book at the minute, but I'll let anyone know when it is. But yeah. Where did you get that Corsa from? We built it, me and Dad.
Yeah.
We built that Corsa. This was off the back of our other Corsa that we had. At the time, it needed to be strong as we can and as safe as we can, so she is built like a tank. But yeah, she's a good car. What is Fred's thoughts on how racing has changed since he started to now? What are your thoughts on any changes from then to now? Stock rods or whatever.
Stock rods?
Whenever you started.
I don't really watch stock rods now.
No,
Just
racing.
general racing community, the lot. What was that, 20 years ago?
Yeah.
Wow.
It's a lot friendlier now.
It is, John. Yeah, it's 20 years ago. Yeah,
21.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I suppose it's safe.
I don't know. I sort of enjoyed the racing side of it. I thought it was really bitchy, the stock rods, and
Well, back then,
Changed,
it was either the Smythe or Sturdy. Is that what you meant? Is that what you mean?
yeah, there was sort of two.
Gangs.
Yeah, well,
crews.
you could get help from either one really, and there was sort of 2 packs.
2 clicks.
Yeah, and Stuart Smythe's local to us, and he helped me out quite a bit. Brian Smith's up the road, and
The Brian Smith.
yeah, the Brian Smith. It's Brian Smith's work ethic that I inherited, really. Yeah, I would go around there, and he's like, if you want to do this, you have to do it every night.
What?
Yeah.
That's where you get it from. I'm not
Every
involved
night.
in this. Charlotte, leave me.
It's like, really? You can't just do it on a Friday and race Saturday? It's like, no, we come out here every night and do something.
Him and Dan.
Yeah. And
It
so
does.
they sort of showed me the way, really. But I still wasn't that great with stock rod. Nowadays, I find the racing in the 1300s. I prefer watching Kurt race, and really the social side of it is a lot better. Like everybody,
Social side at the minute, brilliant.
yeah. At the weekends, like after the
Yeah.
racing's done, everybody cracks open a beer and it's
The social
Very,
side,
very
side in
good.
1300s at the minute is really good. I
loads
mean,
of banter.
yeah, when we went into it, it was. I think being the new person as well, it's a little bit clicky, but maybe it's good now because we're in the clique. I don't know. But everyone in the 1300s, we all race as hard as we can with each other, and then we come off 9 times out of 10. It's not everyone, but 9 times out of 10 we come off all with smiles and have a laugh with each other. But we still put the effort in and put the work in on track to make sure one of us to make sure you go and win. So it's good at the minute. It's brilliant. What do you use to edit videos? I use Adobe Premiere Pro. If you want to learn how to use it, just go on YouTube. There's a million videos on it. That's all I've done. Anyone wanting to hire, get into Tebbz and Fred? Oh, Gaza, what are you saying, mate? Cheers for that, Gary. Appreciate that. Billy Smith does loon rentals. I know there's a few people that do them. You're going to have a go in the super stock. I don't think anyone would trust me in a super stock at the minute. I'd love to have a go and practice on one. So, have you ever considered having a go with the Whiplash Boys and the Bangers? I don't know who the Whiplash Boys are, so I cannot answer that. Hi Tebbz, great vlogs and vids as always. I'm looking to hire a car as a present for a mate at Ipswich. What is the cost of renting for me? And it's £400, all damage included. If you give me a message, I might take a little while to reply, but give me a message and we'll see if we can sort something out. But for the minute, in the next few meetings, no, the car's not being rented out. So,
Kind of Grayson do you up. You've read it?
Piercy was terrible at Lynn the other week. He was, but that was probably an off meeting, mate. There's not very many meetings that he's having an off day. But that meeting actually, the conditions were absolutely terrible. I'm not surprised. I'm glad we didn't go.
Is that when it rained?
Yeah,
Oh yeah.
Monsoon.
monsooned. Heard you was going to build me a new Adam. J-Pat, I'd love to build myself a new Adam before anyone else, mate. Trust me. Would you ever do fresh build and vlog it all? That is a very good question.
I will.
Why is
But
this conversation? Isn't it?
not here.
Yeah,
We would love to do a fresh build and put everything on YouTube, or I'd probably do like a membership thing and put it on there and go through in depth everything from start to finish. We'd love to do that, something sort of a membership thing. But we can't do it at the minute with just one space in the garage. So that is off the cards for the minute. But as soon as we maybe sort out a garage, I mean, I can't see it for any time soon. Garages are very expensive, and at the minute we pay £0 other than electric to run the racing out of Dad's garage. So, do you know if any of the boys from the Soul Bay Car Spare still race alongside you? I have seen that name on a few cars, but I don't seem to see it much anymore. Fred is an absolute star. Take my hat off to him and wishing you the best at Lynn. Hopefully I'll be there. Good to come say hello. I'll see you there, Steve, hopefully. And yeah, he is an absolute star. Is 1300's face fits community like Bangers is? No. there's been many drivers that have come in recently that have been welcomed with open arms, and they are welcome to come over and chat at any time. And I would say 8 to 9 times out of the 80 or 90% of the people, if you went over as a new driver and spoke to them, they will speak to you and they will chat to you and help you out. So no, if anyone ever needed a welder used or anything, everyone always goes round and whips round and helps each other. So it's definitely not face fits. If a new driver come up to me, which they do quite recently, a few meetings, people have come up to me and asked me to borrow stuff. I don't even know who they are. I just know they race 1300s. I lend it to them. If they need me to weld their car up, if they know how to weld, the welder's there, you can use it. So it's definitely not face fits racing. It's brilliant at the minute. What Pit Viper sunglasses should I get? Red ones. Tebbz, let other drivers know it's free to race Yarmouth. Alright, Ketchy. It's free to race at Yarmouth, people. If any other drivers want to race at Yarmouth, we will not be there, unfortunately. It's too much for us. We are taking 2 cars to Lynn already. And with it being a last minute thing, we're not going to drive all the way home from Kings Lynn and then come back with a tarmac car and go all the way to Yarmouth. I mean, or if we was to stay up there, then we would go across. But the last time we done that for the Mildon Kings Lynn weekend, we ended up spending £360 on hotels.
Because it was last minute.
Because it was last minute.
So if they'd planned it a bit earlier, we could have got a better deal
so
on the hotel.
If they give us a couple of more weeks' notice, then no doubt we would have been there. But it's just too much late notice for us, and it'll end up costing us too much money. £360 was not justifiable for that. But we had, it is what it is. We had, you know, it's just. I'd love to go and race there, mate, but we just can't at the minute. But yeah. Hopefully, Speedworth do get enough drivers to go to Yarmouth and make that meeting. But I think as well, they've announced it too late because all of the Irish drivers that may want to go race there will never have a chance of racing there. Have already booked their boat.
Yeah.
Their boat's booked for the Saturday night, no doubt, or the Sunday morning.
They booked it weeks ago.
They would have booked that weeks ago. They can't just change it. So if they had let them know very early on that they was planning on doing that, it needed to be organised earlier on. Then the Irish boys could have raced. The Scottish boys probably could have raced if they'd not already booked Monday off work or whatever.
100% they would have done.
I would say so. I would say the Irish boys would have done, definitely. I mean, it's a lot further. It's another hour and a half that way, but you get 2 meetings and it ticks another track off the list that they would probably never get to race at. And it's not a bad track. You get 20 cars around Yarmouth. You've got some good racing around there. Who's in the background? Is it Socks and Crocs Jack? No, it's Connor. We're meant to be here doing stock cars, but instead we're... we are doing stock cars.
This is part of doing the stock car.
Right. Do you think the entry fees for spectators are expensive?
No, but yes, it is compared to what it used to be, but it's not.
Yeah, obviously prices have gone up a lot recently, a lot. I mean, it used to be 12 quid to go and pay to go in and watch.
Yeah.
But now it looks like it's £20 all round everywhere. Yeah, it's £20 to go and watch normally everywhere. But if you compare that to football, which is an away ticket in the Premier League is £30 per person minimum, no maximum. They have a cap for I know this because of Lee. Really? They have a £30 cap. So football firms can't charge. Football teams can't charge extortionate rates for away fans. Oh. It's capped at 30 quid, or it's 40 quid or something. So no matter where you go Man City and watch there in their big stadium, you pay 30 quid.
That's a great idea.
Yeah. It's not a great idea because it's football. But the price is high, I think, compared to what it used to be. Obviously, everything's gone up. But if you look at it compared to other stuff, you're getting 4 to 5 hours of good racing sometimes. Good racing. So.
And it helps keep the racing going, doesn't it? Everything is.
The promoters are business.
Yeah, the promoters are a business. They need to make money. We get charged to race now. We never used to. We get charged £25 a race now. And we're the one that brings the spectators in. So, £20 to come watch.
Yeah.
Where are you stopping for tea on the way home from Kings Lynn? I recommend stopping in Long Sutton for chili hut. Best kebab about. My old man will not eat kebab, so we won't be stopping there, mate. Hope to see you again at Lynn Saturday and rain stays away. Hopefully the rain stays away. And watch you win the gold roof. I'd love to, mate. All stock cars you've owned.
How long you got?
Right, 1300 stock cars. We started with a Corsa B. We built it ourselves.
Yeah, we built.
And then after the Corsa B, we swapped a street stock for a Nova, 5-door Nova. It was Pete Beldham's original Nova. Rapid, one of my favourite cars I've ever raced. And then after that, we then got a Corsa built for us from Sid Madrick. And then after that, we built this Corsa. And then after that, we built the Radom. And then after that, we bought the Wadom, the white one. We had a really good deal on that, and it saved us building another one and spending 6 months trying to build another one. And then after that, we bought the Spitfire. And that was a really good deal as well. So we put, I mean, that's a few cars, wasn't it? Seven 1300s I've had. And I've still got 4 of them. So how come all the promotions are run separately like Buxton and Speedworth? Apart from Buxton and Speedworth, the 1300s we all race together. Kings Lynn Trackstar, DMC in Ireland, Scotland HRP and Speedworth. Them 4 all run together. So obviously you got Ringwood separately and they're separately, but the 1300 wise we have got a good variety of promotions and drivers that we race with, so it's all good. Have you ever raced any other formulas? I started in the mini stocks and then I moved on to street stocks and then obviously into 1300s. You're massively pushing the 1300s. It's mega. You and your videos have massively helped me and lots of others keep doing what you're doing, guys. Thank you very much. I appreciate that. Dave Rennie is fed up for a shot in the Fiesta around Caldy.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, he'd have a go. Opinions on Skeg 1300s. I think they shouldn't be there. I think we should all race together. I think the promoters should put their heads together.
Yeah.
But I think the rules are too far apart and one of the cars are going to have to be scrapped to try and get them back.
Scrapped?
Yeah, to try and get them back.
I think you can give them a concession, like.
Yeah.
I think if they can get the power the same.
Yeah, I mean, I'd love to. What I think of them, I mean, they are sort of our rivalries, really. We should instead of being rivalries, racing in different promotions and different cars, we should all be racing together, and then we get Buxton and Skeg as well. That's better for the formula. Why would you have two of the same formula? It just doesn't make sense. So I'd love for them to race together.
I'm sure they could meet in the middle.
They could if there wasn't anything stopping it. What's the main difference between a tarmac car and a shell car? Nothing. They're the exact same. You've got to run the same tyres, same shocks, same springs. They're the same. Everything on them is the same. The only thing you do is set them up differently and maybe run different tyre tread and different pressures. Other than that, they're the same. Have you thought in investing in a lorry camper that you can stay in at longer distance tracks? A camper, most definitely. Lorry, no. Dad lives in London, so there's nowhere to store a lorry for cheap enough. And if we come back from a night of racing, we can't pull it out the front of the house, so it'd have to be dropped off somewhere and then drive our cars back to the house. So the lorry is definitely at the equation.
For the minute.
Thank you, Connor. For the minute, until we get a yard, obviously. But a camper is definitely in the equation. Yeah. Me and Dad have been talking about it for a little while now, making our own one. But if we do, that'll definitely be recorded and put onto the Tebbz weekly. So look forward to that if it does. I think Fionn was talking about going Yarmouth on the Sunday. Fair enough. If you lot can go, I'd recommend going. If you've got 20 plus cars, I'd definitely say go. It's a good track with enough cars, definitely. I think it was about £12 back in 2007. And in 2023, it's £20. Yeah, that's what I was saying.
It jumped up after the.
After COVID.
Yeah.
Yeah, massively. Everything jumped up after COVID. Are you going up to Scotland for the Masters in October, the 14th, 15th? I'm not sure, mate.
We are planning to go back up there this year.
We're meant to be going next month, September, but we haven't booked it yet. So it might be too late to book. But we are planning to go back to Scotland at some point this year, just for a domestic. We're happy to go. We loved it up there. The welcome we got up there since doing YouTube was ridiculous. So we're definitely really up for going back up there. What would be the next car you would build for 1300? I'd build another Adam.
No.
Dad wouldn't build a Starlet.
Oh, what have you got, Fred?
Can you build me a 1300? No, thank you. I apologise, but no. We barely want to build our own ones. It's a hard job, Dad.
Yeah. It's a commitment.
It takes us 6 months.
6 months from start to finish. No matter how, if we start fast or...
Is that racing in between, or is that just...
Yeah.
What do you reckon you do?
But through COVID, even then, it took ages.
Yeah.
When he was off work, being paid fully, I was doing a couple of days.
Didn't seem to make any difference. I had the car, all the metalwork sort of done within a month. But it's everything else, getting hold of everything else and putting it in.
Oh, mate, just
Takes forever.
steering column, seat, fucking running the fuel lines in.
You have to make pedals. you know,
Yeah,
just
But then none of them pedals, there's probably the clutches, the only standard one, isn't it?
all the mounts, every bar.
It takes ages. So yeah, building them's not very fun, and we wouldn't like to build them for anyone else.
Although there has been one built in like 10 days or something. No?
Oh yeah, the piercing
Do you
machine.
remember?
The piercing machine, Clark Wells, Paul Howard, Place. Place.
Can I use it?
They all built a 1300 in 10 days and
10
raced
days,
it.
it was
And
about-
raced it, and I think he even
I
won.
might correct you on that, but it's
No,
about,
I
I think it's 10 days.
I think it was 10
And yeah, and he came out at Eastbourne and won.
and won.
First race, I
Oh
think.
boy.
I'm sure he did.
What a boy.
Yeah.
Ben Dean, Dad, 235 people watching. Shout out to the Fred
Ben
coming
Dean.
from the Heathrow
Well work,
crew.
mate.
Do you
Right,
think you'll
Ben.
ever do a 1300 metre odds or Bradford? It's some track. I mean, the 1300 drives that went there, they didn't seem too happy. Bradford, Oddsall.
Oh.
They said it was very bumpy, but yeah, I think you should race 1600 World Final. Get me a car, mate. I'll be there.
That's
Super Bowl weekend at
I think
Caldy
that's
be a
what
good weekend. Bring
Jody was on
1300.
about 16.
Yeah. Yeah, definitely, J-Pat. I'd love to do that. I'll have to see the date on that. What are you racing at the World? We're racing the Spitfire. Is there any other formula you'd like to have a go in? It'd be a saloon or an F2. Have you ever been in the wires at Yarmouth? Yes, I have. Of course I have. Are you going to win British at Aldershot? Of course, Ketchy. I'm going to win British at Aldershot. Of course, mate. Speedway is £22 on the gate, and that's only 15 minutes of racing. 15 1-minute races.
Hey?
That's how much?
£22. 15.
I'll be honest, I'd avoid going to that. That doesn't
A
sound
lot of
fun.
people love Speedway though.
Speedway's great to watch, but I wouldn't want to give £22 away for 15 minutes of racing.
Yeah. I think 6 minutes is short enough.
Yeah.
6 minutes is perfect before it gets too boring.
Yeah.
I mean, even
Because they spread out a bit then, don't
Yeah.
they? And then you think,
unless you've got a pack there.
should have finished after 4 minutes.
Yeah. Once you've got a pack, if you've got a pack together for the whole race, then it's good. But
Yeah, cool.
like,
But once
you
it
don't
splits
get
up-
too bored, even if it gets split up. In 16 laps, you don't get too bored. So,
No. They're spot on really, aren't they now, I think?
Yeah, they're good.
I used to prefer when they had shorter heats and a longer final, to be honest. They used to have, I'm sure they used to have 20 lap final.
Yeah.
They didn't in stock rods.
yeah, no, I'm sure they did. I think in a lot of formulas they had longer lap finals.
Then all of a
which is-
sudden they was all the same.
Yeah, I mean, for a final, if you're getting double points and triple money, it should be that bit longer.
Yeah.
To give the Reds and Superstars, maybe I'm being biased here, to give the Reds and Superstars more time to get to the front.
Yeah, so
It's the final.
yeah.
Do you know what I mean? If you look at Formula Ones, they get, I think it's 15 laps, 25 laps for a final.
Is
Yeah.
it?
Because they get triple points or something, or double points. It's yeah, I think definitely Trackstar do it though. Trackstar, I think you get 14, 14, 20.
So I like that.
Yeah, but it makes the final more of a spectacle. doesn't
Yeah.
it? So yeah, if anyone's listening, 16 lap heats, 20 lap final, I think. But I'm not a promoter, so, and I know there's curfews. Hi chaps, are you doing Yarmouth day after World Final? No, it's just too much late notice for us. To be honest, we've got 2 cars going to Kings Lynn, and it's too much notice, too little notice, and hotels are going to be very expensive. What? How old was you when you first started? How old was you when you first started racing? I learnt to drive a car. Dad taught me how to drive a car at Arena Essex pits when I was 12, and then I turned. I turned 13 in November, and then my first meeting was in March at the start of the season at Arena Essex. So I was learning all through the winter.
I've got that on video.
There was a video, it's on Mum's Facebook.
Oh, is it?
Yeah. I don't think it's expensive to spectate. Most don't realise the time and money that drivers have to put into their racing. Channels like yours should be an eye opener to the effort required to race. It should. It's a lot of effort. Obviously, some people.
It's a lifestyle, really. Isn't it?
It is a lifestyle. If you want to race week in, week out, and we don't even race week in, week out. Sometimes we do, but not always, like the F1s and the saloons do, and the F2s. But yeah, to race week in, week out, you need a team, and it needs to be your life. It's not a hobby. It's your life. So, yeah, don't get me wrong. Speedway is an awesome night out, but it's only 15 minutes of racing over 2 hours.
Wow. For £22.
So, if you put that into
Perspective.
against stock cars.
Yeah, stock cars are better anyway.
Hope we can back again. Hope we can back ORCI again. It would be good to have drivers over to the Isle. Oh yeah, because I heard the Isle of Man they're not with the ORCI anymore. I don't know what happened there.
Changed.
So we can't even race with each other. Yeah.
Who are they with? On their own now?
Don't know.
They only
They seem to have
they only
left.
had a few cars.
I know, yeah. They seem to have left or something. Evening Tebbz, keep up the great vids. Love watching them all, mate. Thank you very much. Appreciate that. Out of the 4 cars you're running at the moment, what's your favourite to race in?
I know this. This is the one I know. Spitfire.
It is a Spitfire.
It's got to be, isn't it?
She's, I don't know why.
It's great.
I come off of the track, and even if I didn't have the best race, even at Milled and all that first time, I come off and it's just different. It's
Brilliant.
It's just fun.
Love
People were saying that steering on the Civics are really heavy, and you need big steering wheels.
That one's great.
That's light as anything. You can full lock it as well.
I love that car.
In the front wheel drive locked in, if you can full lock it, it's brilliant. Everything about it is just, it's just fun. That last King's Lynn meeting we had is probably some of the most fun I've ever had in a stock car. Can you tell me the website for watching the live racing? Trackstar Racing. Just type it in. It'll be on there somewhere. They're doing a live stream of it. Yeah.
You up to date?
Yeah, I think so. What do you think stock cars should come back to Hendersford? 100%. That is a brilliant track for stock cars, but I think they need an incentive to get more drivers to go there. Whether it's start money, which I've never heard of them doing. But when we had the World Final there, how good was that racing?
That was a weekender, and the social was good there as well. They had
They've got a bar there,
a bar, yeah.
and they do each both nights, Friday and Saturday night. It's a Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. You get there.
It helped. It was sunny.
Oh, it's brilliant, brilliant racing. Obviously, nearly won the world
Yeah.
in the 5-door Nova.
The nearly world champion, hey?
Yeah, nearly world champion. Yeah, definitely love to see Hendersford back on the cards for us.
That was your worst injury as well.
Yeah, I knocked myself out. Headbutt the steering wheel, knocked myself out. Had short-term memory loss. Nice. Just for the crack.
Fancy the change.
Something to do.
No. What's your favourite shale and tarmac track and why? Favourite tarmac track is Eastbourne. Favourite shale track is Kings Lynn. Eastbourne, I've said it loads of times, it's a proper stock car track. And Kings Lynn on shale because they have that shale perfect. It's such a nice surface to run on. I used to think 1300s were rubbish. I'd never watched it. Just the name of the formula put me off. Your vids were recommended by a friend. Now I love the 1300s. Keep up the good work. That is what I like to hear. That is what we're doing it for.
A lot of people like that, because I'd never watched them, ever. I'd never watched 1300 until, obviously, I started working with you lot. And then I watched them all.
They're actually pretty good.
Yeah, pretty lethal.
Yeah.
And it's a good crack. It's a great crack.
Yeah, it's brilliant. Well, you've done the weekend with us, and you're like, as you say, everyone in the community is just brilliant. 1300s, we'll get together and have a beer and a laugh.
Giggle,
Oh,
Yeah.
I definitely had a giggle.
The fact you couldn't reenact your last national weekend at Hendersford was sad. Remember that day?
Hendersford.
I can't remember that. Connor,
Yeah,
maybe that's national weekend. Did we race that?
No, what, the one just gone? No, we wasn't.
No,
included.
not that. That must have been ages ago.
Oh.
What pointers would you give to someone on how to start building a father and son race team
Oh, yeah,
together?
we did go there.
Make sure you like each other. That's a massive thing. Make sure you can get on a lot.
Yeah.
You are out there a lot of the time together. I mean, some days we do without each other, but 9 times out of 10 you're out there working with each other. So if you haven't got a good relationship now, you won't have a good relationship when you start.
Out.
You'll be kicked out or moving out if you don't get on well before you start, because it does have its ups and downs massively in the garage, more than at the track, with stuff going wrong, people getting tired.
Tiredness is probably a major one.
Tired's massive.
Don't push it all on him. You get.
No, I work 10 hours.
Do you want to,
Yeah. Before I come out here.
What? But you?
I don't just sit at a desk.
Does he say that? Are we lifting tubes and boards and everything
Oh,
all day?
that'd be easy.
all day?
That'd be easy.
That'd be easy.
Fancy coming in tomorrow? We'd do it with an extra person.
We actually could.
Yeah, we'd die for
You'd get on
it.
the fourth, fifth, wouldn't you?
Imagine him up high, shaking.
What will I get per day?
I'll give you a 1.
Probably won't match what you're on
One.
now, mate, granted, but...
1 a day?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm in.
Yeah.
Can I do a Saturday?
No.
Go, barely put something really on Saturday.
He wouldn't fight with me.
Not off scaffolding, no.
No.
He would have made a banging scaffolder.
Oh, 'cause he's built
It'd have been
a
one of the best. Definitely. Anyway, enough about work.
Yeah, who cares?
We don't care about scaffolding.
Yeah, I do.
Right. What's your favourite not Speedworth track and why? Taunton. Cool track. Stock car track. It's tight. It's tiny. Good track.
Done that in a minute.
Done it in a Mini and I loved it. Do you use a stock engine when building a 1300? They're all stock parts. They have been refreshed. If you want it, 500 quid. They have all been refreshed. You can't do anything to the engine that isn't standard. So,
Skim the head. That's it.
yeah, but even if you was to do
If you
it,
go crazy with that, it blows up.
yeah,
But certain people go mental, don't they?
yeah.
Same as any formula. Certain people.
But yeah, no, they're meant to be standard. Obviously, you skim the head, but there's a maximum. You skim it however you want, but there's a maximum that you should skim it because if you don't, your engine will blow up.
Yeah, nice.
Dave Smith from Speedworth was a big fan of 1300. He replaced the old style saloon stock cars with 1300s. Good man, good choice. If other drivers would stop bumping you, you would win more races.
Doesn't that defeat the objective?
Yeah. How long does it take for you to get to Lynn? 2.5 hours.
That's on a good day, though.
Conor Grayson missed nothing this year. It rained all day, but you could have won if you had a ride in our pickup truck. Are you still planning on doing Logelli for a domestic meeting this season? Yes, Craig, we are. 100%. We will be there. What pointers would you give someone else? Oh, no, I don't want to do that one. Do you love watching you at Eastbourne and Aldershot? Just a shame what happened last time at Eastbourne in the wet. Well, it's my fault, really. Stop hitting the wall.
Oh, you don't expect that, though, do you?
No, you don't expect a bit of Armco to be sticking out. Maybe that round there. But I say the way you race that track in the wet is you hit it going in and you hit it coming out. If you try ride the wall all the way round, then
You get it a bit hard, mate.
You get docked.
you get docked if you ride it all the way around, but they let you get away with hitting it in and hitting it coming out. So, big shout out to Tebbz. Hey, come in. I got to run, but I've got to say I love the shows. Look forward to actually meeting you all when I get the chance to see you live. All the best. Thank you, Rick Rails. Should I do for an edit? Do Jack Mail because he's got
100%.
he's got no friends.
Oi, leave him alone.
Are you still planning on doing the best? Yes. What twiddle pin do you run at Lynn? Asking for a mate, Connor.
64 mil.
64 mil.
Don't tell no one though, because it's a secret.
I don't drive. I was just curious to know if it was a stock engine or if it was custom built. They are stock engines.
500 quid if you want it.
Yeah, no. They are stock engines. They're meant to be anyway.
You told them the rule.
Oh, in our formula, at any meeting, if you are running the same car as another driver, the rule is you can buy their engine for £500 and they have to take their engine out there and then. So it defeats the object of spending £1,800 on an engine. You can just buy someone else's engine for 500 quid.
Take their engine out at the end of the meeting.
Yeah.
Oh, and if they don't,
Oh, and if they don't, then
they're deemed as cheating and get a year ban.
they get a year ban, yeah.
Well, if
So-
they just don't want to.
No, that's the rule. It stops people spending
They're deemed as cheating.
stupid amount of money on engines. There's a £500 buyback rule.
So if you do cheat, you're an idiot.
Yeah. What do you reckon for dealer boots?
Oh, the walls, boy, all day long.
These are pretty
To be
good.
fair,
And they're free.
And dealers.
to be fair, I'm in need of service.
Oh, yeah. Mine were free, so.
Yeah.
I'll take them.
I'm sorry.
Mate, you're lucky you live down south of tracks. Nothing but Hennisford for us now. Brummer's gone unless we go away for speed weekend. Then you have to put up with Buxton every week.
Yeah, what's that increase?
Buxton? No,
Oh.
it's Buxton. You thought about doing Gelly on the 14th or 15th October. I'm not sure, mate. We will be up for one of the meetings, but I'm not sure which one yet. What's the time? 8 o'clock. Right, 5 minutes. 5 minutes, and then we got to crack on with some work.
Hey, you might as well run it till 9.
Ah,
We're
man.
here now.
Right, 12 o'clock midnight, come on.
No, I've got work tomorrow. I've got to go on the
All right. Yeah, 5 more minutes, and then I'll shoot. Also, anyone, if anyone now, for the last 5 minutes, you want to chuck some video ideas in. Anyone got any video ideas? We have got a long list of video ideas to do.
That we made at the beginning.
We made it at the very beginning of doing YouTube.
January.
We haven't got round to doing them yet because we haven't had time, but they will at some point become time available when we go down to probably the winter months to keep the videos coming out. We've got different videos coming out about the racing history of me and Dad, how to get into 1300 stock cars, how much a 1300 stock car costs, because a lot of people like to know the money side of things.
How the engines run.
Yeah, just basically there's loads of different things that we've got coming along to hopefully help promote the sport as well as like sort of tell you more about us as well. So we have got a lot, but quickly, if anyone wants to jot any ideas for videos down, let me know.
Calm down.
Thought you'd learnt by now there's never enough time, there isn't. Trust me.
Wow.
Do a van tour.
Oh, that ain't a bad idea. Fred's van, your van's not really worth doing.
That's the back.
Yeah.
It's empty. It's the front, empty.
Yeah, could do a little van tour, yeah. Say, people that don't race, it's probably quite interesting.
Yeah.
We'd have to tidy it up, though, a little bit.
Yeah, it's not that bad.
No, it's not bad. But
It's not spotless, though, is it?
No.
It's a race van.
it's a race van. It's never going to be perfect.
I would have put carpet in there, but
Sometimes
sometimes
ruined it by now.
well,
Shut up.
you get in with your boots.
What are your
when you're at the
prices?
meeting or
As
something.
I'm not on Facebook, prices for merch. If you go onto the YouTube page, on my YouTube page, and you click shop or something along them lines, it's up there.
Yeah,
Go on there.
I'll tell you what it is.
It take you to the merch shop, and all the prices are on there. I will post them out to you. 48-hour special delivery. Go along there.
Do a little walkie through.
No, why is it not on there?
Oh. Scroll down, maybe.
No,
Videos,
it should come up here.
channels.
Oh yeah, it went on there yesterday.
Why is that not on there?
Race community.
Right, there's me saying that it's on the so I don't even have it on the Facebook.
What's
But
the website?
right, it's Tebbz Racing.
Sure, I've seen it.
You're on YouTube, yeah?
Yeah, I know. I was just seeing
It's
if
on
you-
the website. No, it's,
Just seeing if your shop's on there.
it didn't come up on there. On the Connors one. Should come up at the top here, which is not.
It's not there.
No, it's not on the community.
All right, it's Tebbz Racing. Would someone get the website up? I can't remember what it is. If anyone wants any merch. Video idea, Tebbz on tour. I'm on tour every day.
Every day.
Merch. I don't know what the bloody website's called. Top one. Press the top one.
Tebbz Racing store.
Let me see. So the website is tebbzracing.store. That is it. Tebbzracing.store for any of your merch. Save me a bucket hat. We will see you Saturday. I've got plenty of bucket hats with me, so
Who made the website?
Chelsea.
That's good.
But we get
I couldn't do
links back up to the.
I'll get the merch store link back up with YouTube. It's not there at the minute for some reason. I did link it when I first sorted it out. What's your chances for World Saturday? I'm gunning for the win, mate. Elbows out, bumpers in.
We're going for it.
We're going for it. I'm not coming second. So,
Win it or bin it.
I think you should do an in-car with Jack for a meeting. 100%. 100%. We're going to get another GoPro.
We did.
We've done a race.
Yeah, we've done a race.
And everyone loved it, of Jack inside the car. But the camera wasn't set up right and the lighting was wrong. And it looked a bit rubbish, really. So I will do a full meeting with Jack in car. As people, so did they say it looked like?
Oh, I can't remember off the top of my head.
Oh, the porn star, wasn't it?
No, Dad.
No.
No, they
No,
said
it weren't
Ronnie something or other.
That's Ronnie Mac.
Ronnie Mac,
Oh,
yeah.
that's
Ronnie Jack.
Ronnie Jack.
People saying a lot of Ronnie Jack. So, yeah, I will definitely, it'd be nice to have a couple of meetings of him in there and we can show a few different angles of different things.
And how he drives compared to how you drive.
Yeah, we do drive slightly different as well.
Yeah,
I can notice it when I watch him. We definitely drive slightly different. What are your prices for merch? Have a look at the website, tebbzracing.store. £25 for an adult t-shirt, £20 for a kids t-shirt, £40 for an adult jumper. Yeah, I got it.
What about delivery?
Delivery, £3.50, 48-hour track delivery.
That's UK delivery.
If I organise a practice day at Lynn, fancy having a swap and let me have a go in the Adam? You have a spin in the F1. Yes.
Yes.
Ryan Matz, private message me now. I'll give you my number. Yes.
Please.
Yes, please. Can I use it, please? Yeah, no, serious note, Ryan Matz messaged me.
Sick.
All the best for Saturday. Gold will look good with the cross on St George's and the silver points. It will. 100%.
How many colours you put on that roof?
Hopefully more than multiple.
All of them.
Darren Terry nicked the other one off me. I should have let Hamill get you.
You would. Oh no. Oh, you start turning that off.
Yeah, no, it would look good if we had the gold as well. We got to add the silver to the roofs as well. What was up with the van? Did you find the issue, Dad?
Van, yeah.
It broke.
It's broke.
It just got broke.
Actuator, turbo actuator.
Yeah.
Yeah, no, when we got to McCann's, Paul found the problem. It's a split hose, which every time I accelerated, it just blew the air out.
What did it do?
Blew the air out.
I've got a saying for
What
it.
was it overheating?
It was doing that. But then, so he fixed that for us. They got us the right part and everything. And they still threw up a code again, the intermittent code. Yeah, which
We're
is
still
the
doing it now.
actuator. No, he's
Yeah.
So he's giving me a
So for the problem, Paul McCann, give us this
it's this bit.
to fit on our one. I don't know where the hell we got it from, his old Ranger or something. So fair play to Jordan and Paul for doing
Yeah,
that.
much appreciated.
Much appreciated. They got us out of trouble. Should do a meeting on board, another driver like Jack or someone borrows one of your cars. Definitely. Probably not someone that borrows my car because...
That's my car.
Yeah. Fred's Weekly as a video. He has had one, and it's one of the best Tebbz Weeklies we have.
Best.
Yeah, I'd probably say it's one
No,
of the
like
best.
by stats wise, it actually is. That's
Really?
a Fred Tebbz special. Do you know what the number is?
Oh.
No, he hasn't remembered it. That means he hasn't remembered it that much.
Yeah, but I can't remember yesterday.
A Fred Tebbz special, which is basic. I think I'm in it for like 2 minutes.
And it's good.
It's one of the best ones, and it's not even too much to do with the racing either. It was him sorting out trailers and sorting out the van, and people come up to us next couple of meetings and said how good it was to show the other side of everything. Yeah, the fact that we're not just in, even like we show how much we're in the garage, but we're not just doing stuff in the garage. You've got to make sure the van's still going. You've got to make sure the trailer's still going, because if any of them break when you're on the way home from Scotland, you're in trouble, mate. So
Big time.
yeah, you are Harry, if you're watching. So yeah, there's a lot to it. Like even stuff like going to collect the metal that I showed people saying that was brilliant.
Sourcing spares.
Yeah, sourcing spares. I mean, I went to A1. I didn't show it. I should have probably showed it. But yeah, there's a lot more that I still don't show, but it's time and effort and all that. But we get better. The video should always keep getting better. That's what I'm aiming for. When you win Saturday, don't forget to soak Matt Black with his shampoos. He loves it. I will be. Don't worry. He's one of my favourite commentators. Behind Wood E. Graham.
Oh, Graham.
Behind
yeah.
Graham. Graham's my favourite, and
Yeah.
Matt Black is my second favourite commentator. So, top 3 predictions for 1300 World.
No brainer.
Tebbz, 137. Bromley following in a close second. And then I'll say Jack Smith third.
I think Smith might be second.
All right.
He's rapid.
He was fast there.
He was
He
fast.
was fast.
Jack Smith's the show man.
Yeah, I'm going to say me, Brommers, then Jack Smith in third. And Jack Smith tries taking out Brommers for second place. I'm miles in the lead.
You're dreaming.
And then I woke up. Thanks, I have a gander. No problem, mate. Thank you very much if you do support us. I really appreciate it.
And they're great.
15-minute best of Tebbz Racing video for the big screen at MWA. Oh, my God.
Oh, God. You got 15 minutes worth?
Of the best.
Yeah.
No,
No.
I'd love to. What I did do...
In montage.
Oh, yeah, but I fell behind with that. For the first 2 or 3 videos I've done, I'd put any sort of decent crashes or hits or anything in a separate video, and then time got the best of me and I stopped doing it. Because I thought at the end of the year,
It'd be good.
like 10 minutes of it, or 5 to 10 minutes of just crashes, whatever.
Carnage.
Of carnage, do you know what I mean? For people to watch from my perspective.
You could still do that. So
I could, yeah.
in the way-
Yeah,
It's just-
don't upset people as well.
Ordered the Spitfire hoodie yesterday, they look class. That did get sent out this morning, Kyle. I appreciate it very much. Yeah, yours are coming.
Ah,
I had to get all the orders done first.
Have I got one?
Yeah, I actually bought you 2 today, but Jeff
Sold
took...
one.
No, I haven't sold one.
no,
Jeff took
it
my
on.
van, and he said to me, he rang me, have you got anything in the van that you need that I'll take out now? I was like,
Jeff.
nah, it'll be all right. And
And
it had the
usual
DJI in the bag,
Oh.
as well as your Spitfire t-shirts. But yeah, thank you very much for the support, appreciate it. Love the videos, keep up the good work, good luck for Saturday. Thank you very much, I appreciate that.
Right.
Should do a tool breakdown video of the tools you guys use. That is a
Buy everything.
80mm spanner, 90mm spanner, 70mm spanner, star shapes.
11 mil. Stars are a lot big.
Yeah, well, I mean,
Fred.
there's so much you can do with this, but there's obviously to try and go to get everyone. Like if I done a breakdown of the garage,
God, you'd be here forever.
but no, even just that pillar drill. We use this to do this, this, and this. Here's our tools here. Bench. It's normally completely messy.
Tyres.
It's terrible. Show them quick draws. Blah blah blah.
To be fair, this
There's an
ain't
air
bad.
compressor. Dad's tidied it 2 days ago.
Oh.
There's all our tools in there,
We're
time
messing up.
machine. So there's stuff like that you could still do. But then I'm in my head sometimes I think, does anyone really care?
This is the...
Yeah.
But then there's other people that be like, I'd love to see that. People that have never been in the garage before.
Yeah, that is true. Yeah.
But to us, that's nothing.
Yeah, to be fair, I won't watch it.
No, I wouldn't watch it. I try want to put stuff up that I would want to watch, which is the whole thing. I would want to watch someone who's doing what we're doing, which is why we've done it.
Especially this, the building bumpers and stuff. That's cool.
But that's me. That's why I love it.
Yeah, doing tours of the workbench is sort of
Not me. I don't care. But yeah, no. Spitfire or Corsa for Saturday. Spitfire. Can you show us your GoPro mounts? Need ideas for when my senior mini is ready. That's a good shout, actually. They are custom made.
Maybe next video.
Tebbz Weekly, if I remember, I will put the GoPro mounts in there.
I'll text you.
Right, 2 more minutes. Video idea, what trolls you take for a meeting? Tools, I think that's meant to say. Okay, right.
That's an hard one, though, because you take a whole...
Well, that could be in the
I've got
van.
a list.
We have... How we get you down the list?
Yeah.
We got lists for
Got to have a
everything.
list. Oh my God.
But that could be with the van tour as well.
Everything they've ever forgot is on that list.
How's it going, boys? You all right, Kenton, mate? Long time no see. Hope you're well. Hope Bryson's well. Fair play to him. If he's not here, tell him I said good write-up, mate. It was a very good write-up for the 1300s, considering he only does write-ups for bangers. And he's doing well with the cage stuff as well. So fair play to him. Is Fred going to have a go to Stockcar at any point? Are you going to race, Papa, at Northampton?
That's commitment.
Are you going with him?
Yeah, of course I will.
Oh, what? The one where we're both going?
No, the one where I'm not
just
going.
Ooh.
Oh, okay.
I might.
You going?
Right.
Yeah.
I
No,
might,
I don't want
but
to.
I've got a wedding to go to.
That's right, we can go.
So sack that off and
Yeah.
No, well, we won't answer that one yet. But we're definitely going to race together. I was meant to be renting the car out for October, but the mate boys cancelled now. So we are definitely going to race together Northampton October. So we'll have 4 cameras going. Curtis and Popper, can I just say you two are the best? I love watching your videos and racing videos. Good luck for Saturday. Thank you very much, John. Appreciate it, mate.
thank you.
Where's the racing on Saturday? Is it Kings Lynn? Make sure you're there. If you're not, go on Trackstar Racing's website and watch the live stream. Evening, Tebbz. You're going to do a hire car soon. Just interested. I want to give me a message. I'll sort something out, mate. But not anytime soon. It'll be in a good few months. Video idea. Basic car setup.
64 PSI all round.
Put all your springs the same and put your cross weight at 50% and go from there. That's all I'm saying.
Back high, front low.
Well,
Right, that'll do, Dad. What's the best way? What's the best way to buff your tyres? I do not know, mate. We have only just sort of started experimenting with tyre buffing at the minute. A lot of people are doing cambered on the front left and flat on the inside, but I know people are doing cambered on both.
But we will do a little bit on tyre buffing.
Yeah, no, we will. We have got a tyre buffer now. If anyone didn't see it in the Tebbz, Tebbz Racing, the Tebbz Weekly last week, that machine that come in, it was a tyre buffer.
How many have we got?
200. I've got.
Wow.
Yeah,
can't turn that off.
I will be. Chill.
You can't.
I've got to. We've got work to do. Good to see people like the Spitfire design. Was happy to make it. Well done, Charlie. Appreciate that. Everyone, I was happy with it. Definitely. What's the best way? What's the best way to buff your tyres? I don't know yet, mate. But I will tell people, sort of.
Yeah. Take it if we like them.
Yeah. No. We have got a tyre buffer now, but we need to practice on it, mate. Practice makes perfect for stuff like that. All right, boy. Love from Eastbourne. Sweet, brother. Why not ask some other drivers if you can put cameras in their cars for a meeting?
Nah.
Alright, I'll do them.
Nah, probably the only person I would lend a camera to is that's Jack.
I'm only interested in one.
Yeah.
2.
I'll let him know, my man. I'm sure he will appreciate it. Keep up the good work on YouTube. Smashing the content. I'll come see you Saturday, my man. Sweet, Kenton. I'll see you Saturday, mate. Evening. When you back at HRP Logelli in the next few months, hopefully.
I love you there, don't I?
It's good.
Is it?
Yeah.
It's good community up there.
Yeah.
You come.
I might.
We're going to go for just 1 day and 1 night. So
Yeah, I might come.
we'll be back Sunday at some point. So we're not going to go. So you still get to work
We go up
Monday.
there Saturday daytime.
Saturday
Race.
time. Stay over there. Race. Stay over there Saturday night.
Come on.
And then come home and we go.
Yeah, I come. Oh, I have to ask the wife first.
Yeah.
Hey-o!
Right. Thank you very much, everyone, for coming into the live stream. I'm sorry that we haven't got Tebbz Weekly out. And the reason we haven't got Tebbz Weekly out is because me and Dad was not out in the garage last week. We both had some time off. but we're back now. There's still a Tebbz Weekly to come out,
Yeah, boy.
and then all the shop, and then we're back up to date. But by that time, I'll have another 2 videos to be making, so I'm not up to date. But thank you to everyone who come to the live stream. Appreciate it. We have now got to crack on with some work because we are running out of time. Thank you. Let's go, champ!
Let's go, champ.
And I'll cancel it.
I don't know.